What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Blue Side FC channel. I'm Nia Matt, and I hope you're all doing great. If you're new to the channel, if you're seeing me for the first time, please consider subscribing. If you watch this video to the end and you like what you see or you like what you heard, kindly give the video a like. It helps the channel a lot. It pushes the channel out there for more people to see. So yeah, with that aside, let's get into the game. Chelsea drew at home at Stamford Bridge to RB Salzburg, and to be honest, it was a disappointing result. We wanted a win. Most of us wanted a win because of what happened against Dynamo Zagreb. We lost to Dynamo Zagreb, so we're already at a disadvantage. So we had to win this game, and this game was one of the easier games, in my opinion, for us to win. Getting into the Champions League, starting the Champions League, it was Dynamo Zagreb and RB Salzburg were the beatable opponents that a lot of Chelsea fans, like myself, I said it in my UCL draw reaction that we've got one of the easier teams, because I was only looking at AC Milan as the a tough opponent, but it hasn't turned out that way. We lost to Dynamo Zagreb and we've now drawn with RB Salzburg. So the team is not looking easy now. We are at the bottom of the table and it's not looking easy at all. The way Potter started was a weird one, because he put Cucurella. This is what I wanted him to do. I wanted us to do in the beginning before we got Fofana, and put Cucurella at left back, and then he put Sterling at left wing back. I don't know why he did that, but it ended up working because he was running on the wings. He was sending crosses in, and he was cutting into the middle too as well. And that's how the goal came. He was running to the box and he got there. The cross was meant for Aubameyang, but it got to Sterling, and Sterling placed it beautifully into the bottom right corner of the goal. Very, very good finish. Like I've been saying in previous games, Sterling is one of our better players. I think he has been one of the standout players in all the games that we played so far, and this game was not an exception. He was very, very good in this game, and he took his goal very, very well. Aside that, other players around him were not so living up to expectations. Players like Havertz was non-existent in most of the games. I think he only had one shot on target. He was non-existent in the whole game. Ziyech too was very, very frustrating. I think Ziyech was doing well on the left, cutting in, but sometimes the final passes, the final balls, and Ziyech is meant to be one of the best passers of the ball. So I don't know why yesterday he was making error. He even got some chances and he wasn't able to bury it. He wasn't able to make the right passes. I don't know with Ziyech. I'm a very, very big fan of Ziyech, and I want him to succeed. I think the Champions League is where he excels the most, but in yesterday's game he didn't really do much in yesterday's game. And then Broja also came on the second half. Broja did well. I don't know why Broja hasn't started a game yet. I think with Potter in, I'm hoping that he takes a chance with Broja and starts in one of the games. But he came on, he did very, very well. He had a chance in the end that I thought he should have buried, he should have scored, because he was very, very close to go, and I thought he could have done a good job with it, but he skied it over the bar. And yeah, I think that was one of our final chances of the game, and that was when we were goal down. So let's talk about the goal. I know I'm all over the place here, but let's talk about the goal. The goal was weird because, one, we all thought Thiago Silva had that tackle covered, or had that threat covered, but he missed the tackle. He mistimed it, and the player got past him and crossed it into the box, and then Noah Okafor put it behind for an equalizer. And one, yes, you can blame Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva is definitely to blame, because he should have taken care of that. It's a rare mistake from Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva doesn't normally make mistakes like that, but it cost us. It cost us big time, and we got a draw out of it. And then Aspi, I think Aspi also should have done better in blocking that ball. It's deflected off him slightly, and I think it just changed the direction of the ball a bit, and Kepa couldn't get to it. Kepa too was also one that I thought he could have done better than that, than the effort that he made. A lot of people wanted Kepa back in the squad instead of Mendy. Mendy's out aged, obviously, so he couldn't play this game. A lot of people want Kepa back in the squad. They want him to be a number one instead of Mendy. Yes, Mendy has had shaky times. Mendy has had rough moments nowadays, some poor performances nowadays. But I'll take him over Kepa any day. I'll take him over Kepa all day long. I mean, Kepa, Yes, he has had very very good performances, especially when it comes to penalties. He's one of the best we've had at Chelsea in a very very long time in terms of saving penalties. And yes, last season when he got the opportunity, he really shined. He really did very very well in the games that he featured in. But Kepa as a number one worries me because I don't think he's trustworthy as Mendy is. I don't think he's confident as Mendy is, and I think Mendy's height also helps him whenever he dives for long range shots. But I think what Kepa has over Mendy is that Kepa's long range passes are very very fantastic, and I think Kepa's reaction time is also very very good. I don't think it's better than Mendy. Probably it's at par with Mendy, but I don't think I think it's very 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 good. But yeah, I don't want Kepa as number one. I think with Mendy out now, he's the option, and I think this is the time that he can prove himself and 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 get a permanent position or get a long stay in the first team squad. I know a lot of fans will be happy if he gets that and he does well too as well. If he does well, I'll also be happy as well. But I prefer Mendy over Kepa. So that was the goal, and yeah, it was unfortunate. And after that, we tried and tried and tried. We couldn't break their defenses. Salzburg came in to defend. They came in to defend big time because I noticed that they were marking our players man to man. They weren't really giving us space at all. Anytime our players attacked, you could see one or two players around them, and so they weren't giving us chances when it came to our players in the box. And when they scored the goal, they doubled down on that. On that they defended and defended, and like they put 2 3 men on our players. Like we really couldn't find a solution. I think the best chance that we had was the one that Bridger skied over the bar. I think he could have scored. He could have made that 2-1 and then sealed the game because it was very very late on, and I think he could have scored. I think he could have done better than that. Then yeah, and then the game ended 1-1. I don't want to talk about standout players. Standout players for me was Mount, James, and Sterling. I think Sterling ended up getting the man of the match award for the game. So I think because he scored and then he performed, he did very very well in the game. I think there can be an argument made for James as well. James was also spectacular. I think James missed another chance. I think it was from a free kick that was deemed penalty by us Chelsea fans, not by the keeper, not by the referee. But we thought it was a penalty, but it was slightly out of the box. And when I watched the replay, I realized that the foul happened outside the box, and then it was passed to Reece James, and I thought Reece James, we can't shoot outside the box. I don't know why we don't shoot outside the box. We don't practice. When we watch the training videos, we see them practicing shooting all the time, but they don't apply it when it comes to the game. They don't apply it at all. We hardly see any shots on target, even when they try to take the shots. I don't think the Salzburg keeper made that many saves from long range shots because most of our long range shots were outside, were over the bar or on over to the sides. But they need to be working more on their shots. They need to be working more on their long range shots because I felt like Reece could have at least gotten that on target. And if he gotten that on target, maybe put it in the box, there might be a deflection, it might go in or something, do something. But Sky they roofed it, and yeah, and so that was the game. That was the results that we got. It was an unfortunate one. It's not enough to judge Graham Potter in my opinion because I think he didn't really get enough time to instill any tactics. The only thing that I've seen right now is that the passing has been better. The possession, we are not giving the ball away that much, as much as we used to in previous games. But the passing has been better. But that was it. Like the lack of finishing was there. The wasting chances was there. The sideways passing was there. When we scored the goal, we relaxed. We didn't pressure them. We could have continued. We could have kept pressuring them and pressuring them and pressuring them, but we didn't. We didn't do it. We relaxed and they got their chance because it was coming. We had 17 attempts at goal and they had 4, and they were able to score a goal, and we had 17 and we only scored 1 goal out of that 17. That is very very bad, very very bad, and we need to fix that. Now there's an international break, and the players will go out for their international duties. Some will go, some will stay. I just hope that when they go, they don't come back with injuries. That's all that worries me when it comes to international break. when they go and they come back with injuries, then it messes our whole system up. It's a very, very busy schedule leading up to the World Cup. So I don't know why, but yeah, I just hope they come back safe. I just hope by the time they come back, Graham Potter has figured a way to play to fit each player's position or skill or talent so that it works well. Right now, we are bottom of the group, which is a very, very bad thing. It's a very, it's a very, very bad move. If you watch my reaction on the UCL group stage draw, you realize that I said we have one of the easier teams, but it doesn't look like that anymore. It doesn't look like that anymore at all. After losing to Zagreb and drawing to Salzburg, it doesn't look like we have an easy group at all. Right now, we're going to play AC Milan twice, which is going to be a very, very difficult thing to do. So I just hope we perform against AC Milan, we get a result at home, and then try and get a result in our favor when we go to the San Siro. So that's been my review for the game. What do you think about it? What do you think about the game? Do you have any comments, views, on the performances? What do you think about Graham Potter's first game? At least he didn't lose; he drew. So that's something. So what do you think about it? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video to the end, give it a like. If you enjoyed it, follow me also on Twitter. The link will be in the description below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, stay safe.